we've got Scott and Ben here from Game Without Pain, and they're the one of the groups that actually put this whole event together. So how's it going, guys? How do you find the events going on so far?
So far, so good. Everyone's been really engaged in the conversations and asking questions. We just had a little Q&A session, which was a lot of fun. Yeah, we had some tournaments earlier. We got a big game going on right now, some matches. So it's just been fun. Everyone's been just engaged is the best way I can put it.
What about you, Ben? How do you feel everything's going on?
I think this is awesome. This is like just an amazing community. I'm just so happy that people like filled out our surveys, went on our Twitch pages and our social media. Just like to come out to an event like this is just so great. They've done events like this, nothing really this big, but we're just so proud to have this many people come together and talk about health and gaming and League of Legends.
Now, to kind of jump into that, you guys are, as much as we all are huge nerds, and like I know you guys are into gaming and stuff like that, that wasn't really what your main focus is. It's all about, you know, wellness and fitness and everything like that. Can you tell us more about what you guys are really specializing in?
Sure. Well, we play games and we still play games, so it's always been something we enjoy doing. One of the hardest things I experience as a coach is working with people that don't have something that they care about, they give a shit about. Well, if you have something you're into, it makes things easier. So I got excited with the idea of bringing health and fitness into the gaming industry in a different way than it's maybe been done before. It hasn't been done at all as far as we can see. So people already love doing something. If they can add some health and fitness, mental, physical, or otherwise, into their practice, then they can game longer, enjoy it, maybe get competitive, maybe make some money streaming. It just opens doors if we can include that health and fitness into it. So that just that connection to the two really excited me, and the League of Legends community with their focus on kind of good gameplay and the Toronto League commune and their focus on community just seemed like a really nice mix to start the conversation really going, find some ambassadors, which we found, and who volunteered their time in a heartbeat. One guy came from Korea, stayed with us for a week. Like it's kind of blown my mind how engaged people are and open to the idea.
And for sure, like we actually had like myself and Jack, cameraman Jack back here, came and checked out. You guys actually own your own gym in here in Toronto, Ontario, and that's where the main focus is getting gamers and people who aren't maybe have the best idea of fitness and what that entails to have them come out and learn a little bit more about fitness. And these guys definitely know all their stuff. Like you were whipping us into shape for sure. So
you guys made the program, man. I just played along.
we may have put our foot in our mouths on that one a little. But how would you say? I mean, just for some people who maybe don't know too much about fitness and who want to be able to game a little bit longer or even just get better at feeling beter. Like, what would you say, like, some quick tips would be to even jump into something like that?
Awesome. So I'm going to steal Ben. He's going to be my sexy model here for a second. So he's going to turn sideways to the camera. First thing we're going to look at is just posture. Honestly, if you set your posture a little differently, turn some corner like someone's going to give you a little jab, and make sure your head's not all the way forward. You've got a nice little head carriage. If you could picture a stick down Ben's back, it's kind of your ideal posture. Little curve, and that's a good spine. If you can get yourself into this position, whatever activity you're doing, amazing. You'll get tired, you'll game, you'll get fatigued, things will happen. But if you remember, shit, I look like a dummy right now, and fix myself up, good things happen. So if you can just remember that set position, that's the start of core strength. You start to breathe on top of that, it's even more core strength engaged. So I'd say that is the bedrock for everything.
And you were, earlier when we had, there was a bit of a, you did a bit of introduction to Game Without Pain, what you guys do. You mentioned something about breathing as well. Like, do you want to kind of throw that out? Because personally, I think that's a really great tip. And kind of going in my mind when I heard it, I was like, oh, wow, that's amazing. So maybe throw that out because I think a lot of people could actually benefit from that.
I appreciate that. So I'm glad that stuck with you.
Yeah.
So what we talked about was your resting respiratory rate. So what we'd like from a generally healthy individual, if you stop for a minute and count your number of breaths, it should be about 12 in a minute. If you're sitting around 17, 18, you're in a stressed state, whether that's physical stress or emotional stress. Like, stress is stress. But if we're not around 12, you're not going to really functioning really optimally. You won't react as naturally as you might to a situation, whether it's game or life. So getting yourself down to that 12 breaths is a nice target, and breathing is as easy a thing as you can do. It's a natural process, but you can influence it by the way you think. So if we all take a second, stand up nice and tall, and take a deep breath in. First thing you can look at is, do I breathe with my chest or do I breathe with my belly? So if you focus on getting those 12 breaths from your belly instead of from your chest, things are better. So I'd say look for 12 and look for your belly to move when you breathe, and you're on the right track.
Awesome. See, and again, that was a really great tip. I know a lot of people think breathing is breathing. It's something that you do, but there's always fundamentals behind everything, right? So it's really great to see that you guys actually approach everything that way, and not necessarily just from a fitness perspective, but making people better at what they do just on a daily. So whether it's gaming, whether it's just living, right?
Beautiful.
So
beautiful. Preach, brother. Preach. Preach. I love it. Good.
So part of the awesome thing about Dream to Stream here is that it is co-hosted by Game Without Pain, who's focusing on health of gamers. And Jeff, being a pretty hardcore gamer, has some very interesting ailments in regards to your hands, right?
Yeah, I do have fibromyalgia, which is just like, it's basically your nerves and they overreact and they can flare up, so it sends like pains up your arms and stuff. So we're here with Mark to kind of see if he has some stuff to give me that help me out a bit.
And Mark, you're a registered massage therapist specializing in soft tissue manipulation, right?
Yeah. So I've been a registered massage therapist for over 3 years now, and yeah, that's kind of my field of expertise. And lately, I've been using a lot of MuscleAidTape. It's basically a nice tool that helps increase circulation, and which helps prevent inflammation in the area. So we're gonna just see if this helps Jeff here with his injuries. In order to kind of, anytime you want to apply anything and test if it really works, you got to do like a little pre-test, and then you apply it and see if it helps. So there's no bias here. I mean, if it doesn't help, doesn't help. First of all, you don't have any allergies to like tape or anything. Okay. Is the area, you want to make sure that the area is dry. Sometimes sweat will make it hard to apply.
Gamer sweat.
Yeah, gamer sweat.
It's a problem.
Right? So what we did is we actually got him to squeeze this earlier. Let me just put my arm. And he was feeling pain in this area. We also tested it in a neutral grip, same thing. Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, how sore would you say it is?
Right now it's about a 2 or 3, but if I were gaming, for 2-3 hours, you're going to be like 5 to 6.
And you can feel something.
Yeah,
right?
I can feel like the tension building already.
So the tape we're going to try to do is basically, it's like a gapping tape. So what we're going to do is try to separate the joint space to help increase a little more circulation, which should help with the pain, hopefully. So what you want to do is usually you want to round the corners, because if it's pointy like this, it can catch on edges, which makes it peel off easier. And this tape is also waterproof. You can shower with it. You want to keep it on for at least 3 days. It can last up to 5, but it's not as effective. So basically what you're going to do, just have it in a nice neutral position. You just rip it like so. It's very flexible. And when you apply it, you want to bring it into a little open position, not too much, it's not painful. Okay. And you apply a little stretch right onto the area that hurts, which is here. And you put it on. So there's a little sweat on this side, so it's not completely on, but that's okay. It'll still do what its purpose is for.
It's very hot in here.
Yeah. A lot of people. So basically what this does is, because I put a stretch on it, the tape wants to kind of bounce back. So when it gets stuck onto the area, it kind of pulls and lifts the tissue, the superficial layers, which helps increase blood flow, right? So just with that tape, let's just see. You squeeze the bottle again. Give it a good, see if there's any changes.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah,
feel anything?
already it's like a little less than it was before. Like it's still slightly there, but
Yeah. And
it's
plus
like
it's kind of like
yeah,
peeling
it's
off
pulling
here.
off a bit.
So the main thing you want to remember when you apply this tape is make sure the whole area is dry that you're going to put the tape on. And then once it's applied, just add some friction, which activates the adhesive. And then you can shower with it normally and just pat dry. And even if you sweat later on, it'll stay on.
So it's like duct tape.
Pretty much, yeah. Flexible duct tape.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's easy to apply, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, too sweaty.
All right, perfect, Mark. So that was awesome to see that, and especially Jeff. Like you look like you're feeling a lot better, even though it's still a little warm in here, right?
Oh, it's so hot in here. But yeah, it feels actually like it's actually feeling a lot better. Like it helps release kind of the pain when I actually move my hand around, and I know it'd probably actually work a little better too if I wasn't so damn hot.
You are pretty hot.
I try my best.
Someone's going to get a fire extinguisher here.
So, Mark, you were saying that this tape here is specifically bought out of the U.S., but you were saying that you guys actually got hooked up with something a little bit special, right?
Yes. So we are selling this here at the event for just like $10, and normally on their website, I think it's sold for $20 without the conversion rate, so it can come up to like $25. So we do have lots of this tape for sale. It'll just be at our club, which is at Lansdowne, Davenport. So you can just get more information on that at GameWithoutPain.com.
And if people want to reach to you specifically just for like tips and tricks or anything like that, is there a way they can reach you?
Yeah, so they can reach me at mark@GameWithoutPain.com. That's the email I use officially. And if you want to give us a shout by phone or follow us on Twitter, Twitch, and also Facebook, we're all on GameWithoutPain.com.
Awesome, perfect. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to show us how to get Jeff back to feeling 100%.
I gotta play some League. Come on, we
We're gonna get him to
hype
play some
the
guitar
hell up.
again, too.
Yeah, let's play some guitar again. Maybe that'll actually happen.
We'll start slow with Guitar Hero and then graduate.
Yeah, right. No, let's
That
go
might
into
be a
guitars.
little more hardcore.
All right, well, thanks again, man.